Stephanie Susskind, live in Martin County. I believe she's still in Jensen Beach. Stephanie, what are you seeing there?
You guys, it is very, very strong winds and these very fast-moving rain bands that keep coming in. Just look at the water behind us. It is churning. It is smashing up against the edge right here. That fishing pier, the very beginning of it is just underneath the water, and you could see the water just rushing right up and over it. These waves are huge, crashing up here. Really an impressive sight, and every couple of minutes again that the wind really picks up, the rain comes through, and then about 3 minutes later the rain is gone, and then we see this once again, this very strong wind. Now if we have some video, I'm not sure if we can show it to you, but earlier when we were on Hutchinson Island we did see one of the homes that's kind of famous. I can just describe to you, you may be familiar with Bathtub Beach. There's a home there that always seems to be damaged during storms, and it looks like the driveway out there did wash away. But here at the Jensen Beach Causeway, we're seeing some people come out and try to take a look at the water out here right now. But again, very, very strong conditions. Reporting live in Martin County, Stephanie Susskind, WPTV, News Channel 5.
Stephanie, you have been out in that particular area for some time now. How quickly has this changed? How have the conditions evolved in just the last, say, couple of hours?
Things are certainly very strong wind right now. Earlier in the day, the conditions seem very similar to yesterday, but what we are seeing right now, the winds have picked up. The rain is about the same. These very fast-moving showers that just come in, come and go, but the wind certainly right now is probably some of the strongest that we've seen, at least while we've been out. This is our first time out at this spot, but a lot of people have been coming out here to take a look, and you can see just in the past couple of minutes the water's coming up even higher, and we do know that in Martin County high tide is right around now, so that's really when they're expecting to see the water coming up even higher. Back to you guys.
Yeah, I know you're taking cover, Stephanie. We can see that with the wind and the rain. Can you kind of give us a sense of where you are, the beach, and maybe the cameraman can just pan around just a little bit more to give a wider view, because these are some of the worst conditions that we've seen, at least for this part of the afternoon.
Yeah, if we can step back this way just a little bit, Paris, and we'll kind of walk you around and we can show you better. We're at the Jensen Beach Causeway. Underneath the causeway, this is kind of where the fishing pier is. You can see the waves crashing there up against the bridge beams right there. This is the fishing pier, if you're familiar with this area, Jensen Beach. This is where the fishing pier is on this side. One side is the Intercoastal, the other side is the Indian River. And so this is a pretty popular spot, and when I was talking to some of the Martin County deputies that we've encountered on the road and asking them, you know, where is a good spot to visit, they told me to come here, and we're going to keep backing up because the water is coming up even higher. But yes, certainly the most intense conditions that we've seen, and again, this is right around high tide, and you can certainly see that happening, and you can see some more debris kind of washing up, and the whole front portion of that fishing pier, even more of it now than when we first saw you, really underwater at this point.
I mean, I know, Stephanie, you're from South Florida. You've lived in Florida your whole life, and certainly we've all witnessed different times in our timeline of life here in South Florida. But to watch this particular area under these conditions, can you tell me, for those who haven't maybe visited this part of Martin County, what is this area typically like?
You know, I think we've been here for previous news coverage, and it's calm. You know, it's very peaceful. You know, it seems to be a place where people would just come to kind of watch the water and relax. You know, this is a fishing pier. Clearly, these are not fishing conditions, but that kind of tells you what it's normally like. It's a place where people put their fishing poles in the water, you know, so it's normally just a very calm place. Again, I believe we've done some live reports for different things from from this spot because it is serene and it's calm. So certainly a different view of it today. What we're seeing, I haven't been in these conditions, certainly in this area before, and you can see just kind of more of it kind of coming underwater. And this will likely recede. As we said, this is a high tide period, so this is kind of expected that the water is going to come up higher. And so hopefully once the high tide goes down, some of this water will recede as well. Certainly a dangerous situation. You can see no one is in the water. Clearly that would be a very, very dangerous situation out here at this time because it's just unpredictable really how high the water is coming up right now.
If you can, right there, great work, Stephanie. We're going to let you go and kind of get back under where you were. Maybe talk to some people when the wind has gone down and definitely when the surf is kind of receded.
Dramatic, but again, that high tide and all of it combined.